What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the evening prayer. I am your spirit cousin, Danielle. We're going to go ahead and tap into the energies. So this is going to be for Libra. So Libra, welcome. Come on into the room. I hope y'all have an amazing, awesome, abundant, wonderful week. Let's go ahead and tap into the energy of Libra. I just saw 444. 444. All right, yin and yang balance. Okay, so what is this here? Yin and yang balance. Okay, 444. Oh, look, number 4. Okay, something here about home, family, new beginnings, maybe being forced into a new beginning. There's a new start here. And then if you look at this chain, you see how like it's like the 2-strand. I just heard wiring. Looks like wires. Okay, so there's something here about rewiring. Rewiring. Restructuring. Rebalancing something. Gaining balance somewhere regarding family matters and a new home life or a home situation. Some of y'all feel like the home life is not home in the way it used to. Or maybe home or family is not really what you thought it should be. Like it's not really defined the way you thought it was going to be defined. So, okay. So now you have to redefine and redesign. So something happened in the recent past or is happening now or that may be coming up really soon where your home life, your family life, your something dealing with home, family, structure of the household. I'm hearing income, more income, taking away income, leveling, balancing out money. Something's being restructured. So redefined, then redesign. So when you're redefining your family life or your home life based on something that recently happened, and once it's redefined, so once you're rewired, of you've reprogrammed yourself to say, okay, this is my new normal, then you can redesign what the remainder of your life will look like, or what the next chapter of life will look like. Does that make sense? So it's almost a situation where it's like, I don't know, maybe you were married and got divorced. Now you have to redefine what life looks like and then redesign your life in a way in order to live like that in this next chapter. Or maybe you got married, or maybe a baby was involved, or maybe, there was a separation. So I don't know. It is kids somewhere for some of y'all. But I also see this here, like this 2-strand rope. Like I feel like it being this 2-strand chain. It's kind of like a masculine and feminine energy, like winding together. And in my brain, I just keep seeing it unraveling. Pisces energy. You could be dealing with a Pisces. Let's go. Let's get some tarot. Figure out what's going on surrounding this home life and this home situation. All right, Spirit, what we got going on here? Because we need to know. Okay, this is on top, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is a creation opportunity. It's something you don't know what this is gonna look like or what it turns. Oh, look, money, money, money. Look at the moths. Look at the moths. Anytime you see moths, that means money, money manifestation, something coming towards you. And then you see like the stars inside the moths as well. So you see like those. A star is a constellation, right? So with the star, depending on how you redefine and redesign, that's a star, that's a constellation. So depending on how you do that, that star is going to give out a certain type of light or aura or brilliance. And that's going to be the manifestation to bring in what you need in order to sustain in the next time. Does that make sense? I hope it did. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. How you redefine and how you redesign is going to create a star. And a star is a constellation, right? Or it's an energy. Because within each zodiac sign is a constellation. Like the Little Dipper is a constellation. The sign of Libra is a constellation. And along the constellation, like if you're creating a star, like you start here and go there and down and da 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 da, those are different points. And the different points in that constellation are star points, right? It's like if you're traveling somewhere and it's like, okay, in 200 miles, take I-95 north. I don't know. So then you're starting here, then in 200 miles, take I-95 north. Okay. Then you take I-95 north. Then it's like in 700 feet, turn left onto Meadowbrook Way. Then you turn left onto Meadowbrook Way. In 800 feet, turn right onto Lane Street. Then this. So how you're redefining and redesigning and reworking things is a constellation. Okay, it's a constellation, and whatever that constellation looks like, it creates a star. And whatever that star looks like, based on the energy and the effort and the willingness and the intent in which you put energy behind creating this star, creating this constellation, it is going to shine brightly. It's going to give off an aura, and it's going to be attractive, and other people are going to see it, and you are going to be the it that they are going to see. And what it does is that aura, that brightness, that star, that constellation that's shining based on you, Libra, redefining and redesigning, is going to be the inspiration that other people need in order to get through their situations based on what you're going through now. So you become a light and a blessing to other people because you have been through the crazy and you know what it looks like. So in order for them to know how to get through their crazy, they're going to be looking at you for the example on how to redefine and redesign, right? Right. So that's why I keep saying this unwiring here, because it's going to put you in a position where it's like old life, moving away from old life, going into the new life. And this eclipse that's coming up on September 18th is going to help you do it. This eclipse that's coming up on September 18th is what's going to help you do it. And if you're not willing to do it, some of y'all are going to be forced to do it. You don't have a choice. Some of y'all have to change. It's not debatable. Like Spirit is not debating with you. Like the Most High is not debating with you. You're going to do it. And if you don't want to do it, it's going to be problems. So I think you're going to want to do it, because I think where you are or where you're trying to go is a little iffy. Anyways, you're going to be very proud of what you create, because whatever this creation is, it's going to bring in it's going to be very abundant for you. Whatever direction you're going in, like her money manifestations. All right. What else? Okay. What else is going on here with Libra? Redefining and redesigning. Now I just heard redefining and redesigning your home life. Some of y'all going to be single for a while. You're going to be single for a while. Yeah, the Hierophant in the reverse. Okay. Some of y'all are going to be single for a while. Now, the Hierophant in the upright, of course, that means you're looking for higher direction, higher knowledge, higher fulfillment, higher levels of information to come down through your crown chakra in order to get to where you need to be. But sometimes we got to get in this isolation period, and it's gonna be some singleness. Some people gonna feel like you're gonna feel like you're alone. You're going to feel like you're alone. You're going to feel like prisoned. I know this sounds bad, but it's really beautiful, y'all. I promise you. This is such a beautiful reading. It's going to feel like you are being imprisoned. You're going to feel like your spiritual team, God, Jesus, Source, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Elohim, archangels, angels, you know, pick your property. It's going to feel like they're not speaking to you. You're going to feel stuck. Like, what do I do? It's like coming out of a situation and then roaming through the wilderness. So you're Libra, you about to go through a season of Exodus where just like the children of Israel were relieved from the crazy. They actually had an opportunity to leave behind all the crazy and be freed from the rule and the ridicule and the hostile reign of Pharaoh. And when they did that, it's like, oh yeah, it's such a beautiful opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity. And oh my gosh, I finally left that old life and I'm moving on and I'm not looking back and da 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 da. And then like it kind of kicks in that, okay, I really am on my own now. Like, this is really my shit. Like, it's really just me. And it becomes like a season of loneliness. And it may feel a little lonely, but that's okay. It's okay, because that's your season of Exodus that you're going through. And then you'll have to go through the harvest. And then you'll have to go through the winter months, which is the wilderness. So it's going to feel a little cold. You're not going to have the sun coming out every day. And if the sun does come out every day, you're not going to really get that full heat or the full rays of the sun, which is why you're supposed to collect as much melanin or sun rays or vitamin D or whatever through the spring and summer months. So by the time you get to fall and winter, so what's happening is everything that you know about yourself has accumulated up to now. So everything that you've gone through, Libra, up until this point is going to be able to carry you through I just heard the rainy season. So there's about to be a cleansing or a flushing that y'all are about to go through. You're about to go through a cleansing or renewal. But everything you've learned up until this point, all the knowledge, everything you've been through, the bullshit, the good shit, all that stuff, is going to carry you through the harvest moon. The harvest moon, is that coming up next week? I think that's coming up next week too. The harvest moon. Hey. And then it's going to carry you through the winter months. So throughout the winter months, just know that it may feel lonely. You may feel like you're not getting downloads from your spiritual team. You're not getting any answers and all that stuff. But just remember to just follow the light. Follow that beacon of light that you created. Follow that constellation, that inspiration. And isn't that what the children of Israel had to follow through the wilderness? Like, didn't they have to follow a cloud pillar or pillar cloud by day, and then the pillar of fire by night? Isn't that what they had to follow? Okay, cool. Let's break that down. So with it being the winter months, you know, it kind of the sunlight and the rays and everything are taken away. So it's kind of like the dark season a little bit, but there's beauty in the dark season. So there's a lot of magic in the mundane. So in the winter months, you can actually go within yourself, do some shadow work, do some soul work, and uncover some things about yourself that you didn't know were there before. And that's a lot of healing work and a lot of healing energy, because once you start bringing that stuff up to the surface, then you can like do better the oncoming year when it's time for Pesach or spring or the new year, right? You know, so don't feel like you're not. Don't feel like your spiritual team or God or them, you know, has abandoned you. They have not abandoned you. Sometimes, y'all listen. Sometimes, Source, Divine, Jesus, pick your dialect, okay? Sometimes the Most High comes to rescue you, fishes out for you, pulls you back, and just throws you in the cellular. And it's like, stay there. I'll be right back. Okay? Like, just stay there. I'll be right back. I'm doing this to keep you safe. Just stay safe. Sometimes we got to learn how to sit down, stay in the house, and just be at ease. And just know that whatever's going on out there ain't got shit to do with us. What I was telling my friend about this movie, it's called The Little Princess. No. Yes. The movie is called The Little Princess. And I think that there was a story within the story. Okay, so it was about a little girl. The movie was about a little girl whose father, it was in India, whose father had to go off to war or something like that. So the little girl had lost her mother, I think at during birth or something like that. Yeah. And then what happened was the father had to go off to war. So the father brought her to an orphanage, and it was the finest orphanage in all the land. And, you know, they treated this girl like the princess that she was, gave her the finest room, the finest this, the finest that, just the finest of everything, right? And as soon as the little girl's father, something happened out in the battlefield while they were at war or something, and word got back that her father had died. And so as soon as word got back that her father had died, immediately the person that was over the nursing home with her greedy ass, she immediately took her away from all the riches and everything that she had in her suite, and took her upstairs in the attic where the other little girl was. That was like a housekeeping handmaid or whatnot. And she threw her up there because she was like, your father passed away in the war, so he's no longer able to pay the bill here, or whatever. So we can't be in debt. And so basically you're no longer a princess, you're a civilian. And because you're a civilian, you're not going to have civilian life. And furthermore, you're a civilian and you ain't got no goddamn money. So we're going to put you up here in the attic, and you're going to be, you know, working off your debt just to stay here because we don't know what to do with you. You know, we can't throw you out in the street. That's illegal. Just nasty, right? And then on top of that, the nursing home, the orphanage home lady, she was kind of low-key jealous because she had strict rules she had to follow to make sure that girl got what she needed, and she was treated like a princess, and she didn't like that. I think there was one part in the movie where it was a flashback or something where she didn't like her upbringer or something. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, what happened was, in the process, this girl turned into the little orphan person, the orphan housekeeper. What do you call them when they do that? Like worker or something? I don't want to say slave. That's so mean. That's not, no. Because I don't fuck with that word. But anyways, so she became friends with the other little girl that was in the attic. And she had been seeing her from time to time, and she was trying to, like, you know, say, you know, make friends with her prior to that, little black girl. And she was trying to make friends with her. And it's so interesting that the girl in the movie was an African American girl, the one that was already up in the attic, who was you know, they treated her like an outcast and they made her work, and she had to be like a housekeeper, and everybody else got like the soft orphan life and stuff, right? And it's interesting that she's a black girl, or African American girl, I'm sorry, in the movie. And I love, you know, you got to look past what the writers be doing in the movies, right? Like, they chose this little black girl or African American girl to be the one that was working the attic, because you have this thing called black girl magic, right? And black girl magic is diving within the depths of the soul that is unseen or untouched, right? What is not being surfaced, what the light is not shining on. So black is what is within that only you know, that you keep hidden from the rest of the world. So until you shine light on that, it is kept within you. I love how, like, now that I'm older, I go back and I look at these movies, and I love how the writers give us subliminal messages that we didn't understand earlier than that. And then plus, also, this stuff does stem from Africa. Boom. So I said it. If you don't like it, unfollow me, stop watching my channel. But what happened was, they were up in the attic one day telling a story, and she was telling a story to the other little girl about a story her father used to tell her back in India. And it was talking about this blue princess, kind of like Kali. Is it Kali? Somebody help me out, type it down below. But it was a princess, a blue princess, and she was to be wedded, or she was married to this blue prince guy or whatever, and he had to go off to war, or he heard something off in the distance and he had to go slay this dragon or something like that. And he told her, don't come with me, stay here. And she was like, no, let me come with you. I want to keep you safe, because she feared for his life. And he said, no. He said, you stay here. And then he took something, a staff or something, and he drew this circle in the sand and told her to stay within the circle. And as long as she stayed within the circle, she was safe, right? But as soon as she stepped foot out the circle, she would be subjected to all the fuckery that was outside, right? So so naturally, she stayed in the circle. She was obedient, cool, you know, Lala. And y'all, and like if you ever see the movie, y'all, it's called The Little Princess. If I remember to drop the link, I need y'all to watch it. But while she was in the circle, she could be a whole freaking girl. She had the soft life. She wasn't work. She wasn't hurting for nothing. She didn't have to worry about eating. The little birds would come and dropping her berries and shit. The squirrels were bringing her nuts. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, every now and then a leaf would fall with water in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what she got to hurt for? Stay in the damn circle. All you got to do is stay in the circle. But she heard something off in the distance and she got triggered because she was like, oh snap, my man out there about to die, like the dragon about to kill him or something. And she was about to step out the circle. She was like, no, but he said stay here. And then she heard it again. She was like, oh no, like I gotta go get my man. I gotta go get my man. So she got out the circle and then she went looking or whatever. And then next thing you know, the little 3-4 headed monster dragon looking thing got her. He was like, oh snap, I got you. Then the dude, her husband, Prince Knight, whatever he was, he showed up at just at the nick of time when it was about to come and like, you know, attack her, and he slayed him. And he kind of gave her this look like, didn't I tell you to stay in the circle? But he loved her, so he didn't like but he loved her, so he didn't like discipline her or punish her like he wanted to, but he couldn't do it because she was so beautiful and she belonged to him. That's two things right there. One, you're beautiful and you belong to me. So one, you're beautiful, you redefining and redesigning and restructure is beautiful. And two, you belong to me. I can't fuck up what I made. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, so he came and like rescued her just at the nick of time. But the point is, regardless of what is going on around you, the Most High is creating this circle and telling you to stay within this circle for a reason. So if you don't hear from your spiritual team or your guides, or first of all, y'all, I don't know what the fuck the camera is over here. So if y'all see me looking all over the place, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, so just like, where's the goddamn camera? Because like the iPad is sideways. So is it here, here, or there? Like, where do I look? Right here? Do I look here? Okay, this is point A. This is point B. This is C. This is D. Where do I look, y'all? Put A, B, C, D down below, because I'm looking like, what? Okay, this is why I don't do forward-facing videos, because I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I be putting them on the table. Anyways, but in the event you don't get downloads or dreams, or it might be a segment where you're not dreaming or getting a download or a channel, or you feel like, you know, God's not there. It's not that he not there. He out here battling shit, and he told you to just stay in the circle. Just, y'all, like, I'm coming back. What's the story about what's the story where the 7 handmaids, I hope I'm not fucking this up, where he said all they had to do was keep oil in their lamps because their bridegroom was coming. He's coming, y'all. Like, just because you don't hear him or don't see him don't mean he's not coming. Listen, I can't imagine us in this day and age. We would not be able to make it back then. Like, now it's like, oh, you didn't call me, you didn't text me, you didn't think about me, you didn't drive by my house, you didn't send me no. Back in the day, they ain't had that shit. When they was off the war, they was off the war. They had to communicate telepathically, or you just had to ride on the blessing and the promise, knowing that they was out there handling shit and they would come back. You had to have the willpower and the knowing and the ambition and the drive and the faith and the courage and just the knowing to know that what is yours and it's coming back. You ain't gonna always get a text message. You ain't gonna always get a call. Ain't gonna be no spiritual IG. Ain't gonna be no spiritual IG. It ain't gonna be no biblical Facebook. Ain't gonna be no Torah TikTok. You just gonna have to know. And sometimes that's all the Most High wants you to do is just believe what I tell you. I told you I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I told you I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, thank y'all so much for being here. Again, let me know if it's A, B, C, or D, because a sister confused. I'm looking up, so this is it right here? Maybe is it A, B, C, D, or E? Where we at? Let me know. All right, love y'all. See y'all on the next reading. Take care. Bye.